All right, let's dive right in. We're going to get into a story today that, well, it sits in that weird, creepy space between an urban legend and something that feels chillingly real. This one is designed to stick with you. So, let's get started. The story itself kicks off with this very warning. It's like a label on a bottle of poison, right? It's basically telling you from the get-go, hey, what you're about to hear, it's not going to be pleasant. It's meant to get under your skin. But the thing is, real terror doesn't usually start with some big, dramatic scream. A lot of the time, it starts with a laugh. Our narrator, totally a skeptic. You know the type. Ghosts, haunted dolls. They thought it was all a bunch of nonsense. Just good fun.
Yeah, they'd heard the stories about this doll, La Bobo, but just blew them off. A silly myth, they called it, Just another spooky story you tell to get a rise out of people. And that's so important here, that they start from a place of total disbelief. It makes what happens next, well, that much worse.
And then, everything changes. You get that one moment where your curiosity just gets the better of you, And the creepiest part? It doesn't happen in some spooky old mansion. It happens somewhere totally normal, which just goes to show you, horror can pop up anywhere. So where does this all go down? Not in a cemetery at midnight. Nope. It's just a small old shop. And there, on some forgotten shelf, they spot this doll. There's no big shock, no sudden noise. It's just a quiet moment that changes everything. And here's our first real look at her. The description is so simple, but so effective. It's all about those wide, glassy eyes. Just picture that for a second. And then you add this faint smile. It's that combo, right? The empty eyes and that hint of a smile. It just sets off all the alarm bells in your brain. You get that gut feeling that something is just wrong here. But of course, curiosity wins out. They actually buy it. So they get it home, and that first night, nothing. It's quiet. They even laugh at themselves for being so spooked earlier. It's just a doll, right? This is like that moment of calm right before the storm hits. The last normal moment they're going to have for a while. And just like that, everything starts to fall apart. All that skepticism, all that rational thinking, it just shatters. The real nightmare is about to begin, and honestly, there's no turning back from this. Okay, so look at how this plays out on the very first night. It's such a perfect way to build that creeping dread. At 9 p.m., everything's fine. They're probably feeling pretty silly. But then, at midnight, they hear soft footsteps. And just 5 minutes later, the impossible happens. The doll isn't where they left it. And you have to understand it didn't just fall over. Its new position is deliberate. It's a message. The doll is staring straight at the bedroom door. This is that first, horrible, undeniable proof that something intelligent is behind this, and it is not friendly. And from there, it just gets worse, step by terrifying step. It's not just random spooky stuff. It feels planned. First, it's just moving around. Okay, creepy. Then come the whispers. Faint at first, but getting clearer. And then, the absolute worst thing you could imagine. A child's laughter. Right there, next to the bed. That's it. Game over. The last line has been crossed. This doll is no longer just watching from a distance. It's in the bed, sitting at their feet, just staring. This isn't a haunting anymore. It's a direct confrontation. You can only take so much. The narrator hits their breaking point. They can't live with this thing anymore, so they decide they have to do something, anything, to make it stop. So what do? In this totally desperate move, they get in the car, drive the doll as far away as they can, and just leave it. And for a second, you can just imagine the relief, right? That feeling of, it's over, I'm finally free. But was it really that easy? Were they free? The question just kind of hangs there, doesn't it? You've got this little spark of hope fighting against this awful sinking feeling that, no, it's not over. And the answer, it's just brutal. After all that, after driving all that way, after that one beautiful moment of hope, they come home. And she was there again. Not just back, but waiting. Like she never even left. Like she never could leave. And this is where the actual account just stops. It ends on one single bizarre word. That. And then, nothing. Silence. It just leaves it all up to us, doesn't it? To fill in those terrifying blanks, to imagine what came next, and to ask ourselves if something like this ever really ends.